You can always tell a charlatan when he or she talks out of both sides of their mouth. That defines the Democrat Party, a party that claims to be American through their rhetoric, but rejects our nation's founding in their actions. Democrats intentionally destroying the American Republic. That is today's focus in a brief preamble. Outside the Constitutional Convention, the wise founding father Benjamin Franklin was asked by an American citizen, "What have you given us?" He famously responded, "A republic, if you can keep it." It would seem the founders knew the challenges to our liberties that the left wing would pose even back then. I have said the founders constructed the Constitution to thwart backward, evil, and anti-freedom forces incarnate in folks like Barack Obama, Nancy Pelosi, Mitch McConnell, John Cornyn, and those who have colluded to tear down the republic our founders entrusted to us. In the Federalist Papers, those are the explanations of the founders' intent with the Constitution. Luminaries like James Madison wrote about the dangers of a direct democracy and all the freedom that we enjoy from a republic. In Federalist 51, Madison wrote, quote, "It is of great importance in a republic not only to guard the society against the oppression of its rulers, but to guard one part of the society against the injustice of the other part. Different interests necessarily exist in different classes of citizens. If a majority be united by a common interest, the rights of the minority will be insecure," end quote. The intelligent and learned founders, in answering the brainless Democrats and bureaucrats of today, warned that a true democracy is the tyranny of the majority. True democracy is mob rule. In Article 4, Section 4 of the Constitution, the United States shall guarantee to every state in this union a republican form of government, end quote. And living in this republic means that every voice matters. Majorities do not rule, and those with the loudest voices do not automatically win. The will of the people means all of the people. This is our defense that the left wing has been busy ripping down almost since the beginning of our republic. Today, leftists on MSNBS and CNN, they're declaring they're fighting to save democracy, a democracy we don't have. Leftist politicians say they will defend democracy by telling their own voters there will be no debates. They tell their own voters they must accept the Democrat Party's hand-picked candidate, Joe Biden, whether Democrat voters like it or not. What's shocking is how many Democrat voters out there have forgotten they're Americans and simply accept this. Further, the Democrat Party will not let their voters vote in a presidential primary, despite overwhelming dissatisfaction with Joe Biden, a man who is told by his handlers what to say, when to say it, and is carefully managed by nameless, faceless Marxists who rule this country in his name. The Democrat Party and their leftist politicians claim to be fighting for democracy. You know, that means so much coming from a party and philosophy that denies its own voters debate, choice, and the vote. We need serious challengers with a mind toward the founding fathers to combat the anti-American political party. And after seeing the headlines coming out of the Karl Rove Never Trump Network's debate last night, I don't have high hopes.